Oh dear. Yes, sir, yes.
Krishna. You're not seen Mr. Kamath.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell him to come this side.
He's hiding. Okay. I heard Bangalore heat has begun.
Yes.
Yes.
People are using ACs already. So very soon heat has begun in Bangalore.
Yes.
Yes.
Devotees from our temple were telling me, oh, so hot it is already.
But the small mangoes are already in season. The mango trees full of small, nice mangoes.
Good. Still in Vrindavan, we have good weather. Fortunate.
Yeah.
Not so hot. Okay. So, Sanyaji,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
where is Suvarnaji?
Sona is coming up.
Yeah, good. Sushmaji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So, Sushiraji, you are going to Brahmosava, Bangalore.
Yeah, I will be going. Last week I went for the Gaur Purnima. I attended. Yes, the entire program, including the Abhishekam.
Brahmosava begins from 12th onwards, 12th April.
12th April. Yeah. After Ramanavami.
Yes. Almost for 11, 12 days.
Yes.
Up to 23rd, it will be there. Big event.
Yes.
Okay, good. Dear Krishna Prabhu, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Janardhanji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
All well?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. All well, Prabhu.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Where are you going next?
Vrindavan, because ISKCON Sheshajipuram is organizing a trip on September
Okay.
for 8 days. I thought I will join them.
Okay. Good.
Not thought, but definitely joining them for that program, Prabhuji.
Very good. Please come. Welcome.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Bhumika ji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So when did you reach your place?
Last night, Prabhuji, around 2:30.
Oh, late night. Huh?
Hmm.
Okay. So travel was hectic.
But it was very good. All
Nice.
darshans, we had very nice darshans.
You're very fortunate to have darshans. So Bhumika ji and family had gone to Jaipur Yatra. In Jaipur, near Jaipur, there is a temple called Madan Mohan Temple. And in Jaipur, there are two more temples, Radha Govinda Temple and Radha Gopinath Temple. Chaitanya Charitamrita states that having darshan of Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govind and Radha Gopinath in the same day will give you immense spiritual benefit. So Bhumika ji and family did that darshans like that. So
Prabhuji, it was because of you, because you guided us that way. Otherwise, we couldn't have.
So it's good. You have done that. When you read again Chaitanya Charitamrita, you will be enjoying it, relishing. Oh, I did this. Okay. Nice. Good. So let's begin with our session of Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Welcome. Suparna ji.
Yeah.
So let's begin with our session. Prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki jai, Shri Nitai Gauranga ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we are discussing from chapter 12. We had a break in between because of Gaura Purnima last week. Nevertheless, this chapter 12 is called Devotional Service. We have discussed 50% of this chapter. We'll just take a quick recap of what we have discussed so far. This chapter begins with a question of Arjuna. to Krishna, asking, what is best? Whether Jnana Yoga is best or Bhakti Yoga is best. Whether worship of impersonal aspect of absolute truth is best or worship of personal form of Krishna is best. That was the question. For which Krishna immediately replies, worship of his personal form with faith and transcendental service to him is the most perfect. And why it is so, Krishna explains that the impersonal worship, Krishna says, is indirect, it is troublesome, it is very painful, it is risky, and the impersonalist has to endeavor by his own efforts to achieve perfection. And the results from the impersonal Brahman or the impersonal path is not guaranteed. What is impersonal realization or impersonal path? Basically, to accept that absolute truth is finally nirakara. He has no form. As Krishna says, aksharam, anirdeshyam, avyaktam, sarvatra gama chintyam cha. He is all pervading. He is non-manifested, unmanifested, or is beyond the perception of senses. He is inconceivable. Like this, very difficult to conceive. Such meditation on nirvishesha, nirakara, Brahman is called impersonal worship. Whereas devotional service or the personal aspect of service to Krishna is direct. Why impersonal path is indirect? Because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter we have read, these impersonalists, or they are called Gyanis, they also after many births, after realizing that Krishna, Vasudeva, Sarvamiti, they may surrender to Krishna. Right? Whereas with regard to personalists, direct. Why? Because from the day one, they are in touch with Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, by reading Bhagavad Gita, by tasting Krishna Prasadam, by seeing Krishna's deity, then direct service. And it is very easily performed. Susukam kartum avyayam. Happily, easily performed. And in this aspect of direct personal service, Krishna consciousness or devotional service, Krishna helps. Krishna gives the understanding in verse number 6 and 7 that he personally delivers. He becomes a swift deliverer. Devotee need not worry, oh, how I will get delivered. No. Krishna comes on the back of Garuda and he delivers his devotees. And the result is assured, 100%. Krishna guarantees in Bhagavad Gita. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mam evaishati yuktantve. Pratijane priyosim. He is guaranteeing, he is assuring, he is giving no doubt about it. Krishna says again and again, which means this path is a assured path and absolutely no risk. Krishna explained in 2nd chapter, 6th chapter that even though you may not be able to successfully completing this path, you are given one more chance, next life, from wherever you have ended. So no risk, risk-free, right? Just like the share market, there are some risky, like shares. Some are non-risk shares. Like that, I heard like this from people who talk like that. So this is no risk. Without any risk, you can move forward. You're always going to get benefit. That's how it is. So like this, Krishna made comparison of why Bhakti Yoga is the perfect. Because Bhakti Yoga means wherein a devotee is worshipping Krishna, giving up all his activities for his pleasure. And without deviation, he is engaging in service to Krishna, always meditating on Krishna. and he has fixed his mind on Krishna. For such a devotee, Krishna becomes his quick deliverer, swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. So that's why Bhakti Yoga is the perfect method. Now, having said this much, now Krishna begins from verse number 8 onwards, telling us the different levels of the practice of this Bhakti Yoga, because Bhakti Yoga is the highest or is the best, perfect method. The highest and best perfect method of Bhakti Yoga is to completely engage our mind, engaging all our intelligence in Krishna's service. Right? Mayyeva mana adhasva mayi buddhim niveshaya. Mind fixed on Krishna, intelligence completely invested in Krishna's service. This is the highest. But there are everybody may not be able to do this. So Krishna recommends the next level. If you cannot fix your mind upon me like this without deviation, at least follow the regulated principles. Abhyasa yogena tato. There are some regulated principles of Bhakti Yoga called sadhana bhakti. If you follow this, just like getting up early morning, Mangalarati, chanting Hare Krishna early morning, hearing Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam every day, having worship of Krishna in your house, or attending temple if possible. Like this, some regulated activities of bhakti, if you can perform every day under the direction of Srila Prabhupada, slowly you will develop a desire to attain Krishna and come to this higher stage. Okay, the next option, rather, somebody may not be able to do this in their house. What to do? So Krishna recommends, if you are unable to practice the regulated aspect of Bhakti Yoga, at least work for Krishna. Work for Krishna has two understandings. One is directly working, say, in an organization where Krishna's service is happening. There are many devotee families here who are all doing services. They have been working outside some other organizations or companies or businesses, but they left that and they want to do service in temple. Whatever service is given. Of course, to maintain their family, temple also gives them some some remuneration. So like this, there are services in temple, or you work outside as a professional, as a businessman, and give the results of the work to Krishna. Next option. The highest is what? Completely for Krishna service. Mind, intelligence, all completely fixed service. In that way, live in Krishna always without, and Krishna says, you'll come to me without doubt. Okay, I cannot do that. Do regulated activities of service to Krishna. I'll devote 2 or 3 hours only for doing my sadhana bhakti. That is one more time. I cannot do that also. Okay. Whatever you work, give the results to Krishna. Krishna has explained this in 11th chapter. Mat karma krin, mat karma paramo. So whatever activity you do, results should be given to Krishna. Right? Either you are 100% you give results, or Prabhupada says some percentage of results. Because Krishna consciousness means it also requires organized efforts with regard to land, with regard to capital, with regard to building, with regard to people's management, all these things. Everything, how our outside organization works, similarly, this also works. To propagate Krishna consciousness, you support. As Grihasthas, it is responsibility to support. Right? Otherwise, you earn yourself and you enjoy yourself is going to entangle you. Karma bandhana. Now, Krishna gives the next option in verse number 11. Athaitadapyasaktosi kartum madhyogam ashritaha sarva karma phalatyagam tatah kuru yatatmavan. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness, which consciousness? Working for Krishna or offering results of work to Krishna, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated. Very interesting. Krishna is telling, sacrifice the results of your work to some good cause. Just like social service, community service, national service, service for one's country. So not that some people would like to do some charity, helping the poor. There's so many organizations right now doing all social services, and especially when you're seeing YouTube, something very important. So many ads come. I am help, right? Like this, there are so many social causes or need for social requirement is there. People need help, either in terms of food or medical help or education, or some basic amenities, right? So the whole purpose of Vedic culture is you earn, you keep what is required for you to maintain yourself, and rest of that sacrifice for others' benefit. Because more you keep for yourself, more you become selfish. Right? Only I should enjoy, you will get entangled. The whole concept of Vedic culture is to give. More you give, more you become free. More you are free from burden. Otherwise, simply you accumulate. One fine day you are not there, money goes to somebody else. Right? Like these people, many people have kept money in Swiss bank accounts. They have all died. But money is there only, unused. Today morning I was reading one news article. One second. One Supreme Court judge. He was on. He had gone out for some trip or somewhere outside, and his house has caught a fire. And when the fire brigade came and headed, extinguishing the fire, fortunately, unfortunately, they found one room full of cash. So, which means, as Kali Yuga symptoms, Bhagavatam says, even for getting a judgment, you have to pay bribe. So judges are all, taking so much of bribe, it means. So like this, people are trying to, somehow collect money or get money, hook or crook, and then want to, lead a very comfortable, lavish life. And the outside world is showing off as though they are they are law-abiding citizens. So Krishna says, all this show off, maybe for outside world, okay, but Lord is seeing how much you have stashed money inside your which cupboard and which go down or which room. Krishna knows, because all that money will only further entangle you. First of all, it's a money which is illegally collected. More and more you get entangled. So better give it to Krishna, get relieved. That aspect of giving, it is very difficult. When you go and ask people, even for any social cause also, you want Akshaya Patra or some other social cause, we go and ask people, taking out 1 rupee is like, their heart will come out. Very difficult. Because they think my money, Prabhupada very nicely says in this purport, by the practice of giving up the fruits of one's activity. See, when you're giving out the fruits, means giving out your hard-earned money for a good cause, social cause. What happens? It is your energy. It is your time and energy. What happens? Because you're not enjoying it for yourself, selfishly, you're trying to sacrifice. That's what the whole purpose of Vedic literature is. So Krishna is recommending at least do that. Okay, you can't give it to me, give it for some good cause. Why? By doing this, what happens? Gradually, Prabhupada says, you will come to the platform of understanding, life is not simply me. Life is also others. The world is having so many different types of people. They're all suffering. They all need help. That's why you see even now, many social reformers like even Gandhi ji or Mother Teresa. Why they are so much? They're so much appreciated. Why? Because they have dedicated, sacrificed their life. They sacrificed their wealth. Just like Ratan Tata, he sacrificed his wealth. Of course, he has done big sacrifices. But it was not for Krishna consciousness, it was social cause. That is better, not doing anything. Or simply there are many rich people who don't have heart to give. They think, it's for me, my family. Prabhupada says, you go on collecting money, more and more money. For what? You think, you will enjoy something, but you are planning for 10 generations next, in which you will not be there at all. Where you will be, you don't know. But for next 10 generations, you are accumulating money. Foolishness. That's why Krishna says, they are mudhas, asses. So here very clearly Krishna says, if you cannot do the pure devotional service, at least do regulated devotional service. If not regulated devotional service, at least work for me or give results of your work to me. Okay, there is some serious problem in family. My wife doesn't agree, or my children don't allow to donate to temple, they object, or I am from a different religion. If I give it to ISKCON or Hare Krishna movement, my family or will come in on my bank account, so they will have objection. What to do? Like this, so many considerations sometimes people will have. Right? If they know it's nice activities Akshay Patra is doing, ISKCON is doing, but even then they don't want to associate. So, Prabhupada says, don't worry, sacrifice the results of your work for some good cause, which is genuine. Don't simply give it to anybody, everybody. Give it some genuine cause, good cause. Just like Prabhupada says here, social service, community service. Right? Like that you do. That will at least elevate you to the platform of understanding knowledge. Right? So gradually, at one, when you go on doing this, there is some punya building up in your life. And at one point of time, you'll start understanding Krishna consciousness seriously. Yes, see. Krishna, the whole purpose of Vedic culture is to keep elevating you step by step, not to degrade you. That's why Krishna uses the word Brahmana and Kripana in the beginning of second chapter. Brahmana means one who is liberal, or one who wants to utilize his body for spiritual progress. Kripana means one who does not know the purpose of human life. He is utilizing it for sense gratification. He doesn't know the asset of human life is for spiritual progress. So this is how Krishna is very nicely, step by step, giving recommendations. What one should do. Everybody can do something. Right? That's the idea. Now Krishna summarizes in verse number 12. Very interesting. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasad jnanad dhyanam vishishyate dhyanad karma phalat tyagas tyagat chantir anantaram. If you cannot take to this practice, which practice? Either practice of regulated service or practice of offering results to me or offering results to a good cause, what you should do? At least you cultivate, engage yourself in cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation. Better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind. Right? So, here, Prabhupada explains, to reach the highest perfection of our life, that is achieving Krishna's shelter, Krishna is recommending two processes. One is the gradual process. Gradual process is what? As Krishna recommends, first of all, renounce the fruits of your work for some good cause, wherein you will get some buddhi, good knowledge. And by this buddhi knowledge, understand at least life is not simply eating, sleeping, mating, defending. I have to work for spiritual progress. You will do some meditation, dhyana. Then gradually you realize that doing this meditation is for what purpose? To realize super soul within me, that I am soul, I am connected to super soul. In this way, gradually you will come to super soul, Brahman understanding, and you move forward in your spiritual progress. It is a gradual process. Right? Step-by-step process or gradual process it is called. Renouncing the fruits of activity. That's what Krishna mentioned here. Karma phala tyaga. When you do karma phala tyaga, you will come to the platform of good sense, understanding, knowledge. When knowledge comes, you'll understand about that I am not simply body, I am spirit, soul. This level of awakening will come about awareness about who you are. Then you'll come to the platform of practicing how to realize that I am spirit, soul, there is super soul within me, in whatever ways, different ways. Right? And gradually your spiritual progress keeps moving forward. This gradual process. And Krishna also mentions that there is a direct process. As Prabhupada explains elsewhere, direct process or the lift process. Either you go step-by-step process, going to 50th floor of a building. You can go steps, all the staircase you climb and go. If you have stamina and strength. Or else you take a lift. Directly you'll go to whichever floor you want. Top floor also you can go. Right? So, in the direct process, what happens? Directly, when you come to ISKCON temple or Hare Krishna movement, you will say, chant Hare Krishna. First, when you enter temple only, you will tell them, come to this Harinam Mantap. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You know or don't know, it lacked. It's like, small child touches the fire. It knows it will burn or no, it will burn. Medicine, when doctor has given you for some disease, you know how it will act or doesn't know how to act, it will act. So Hare Krishna mantra is very powerful, very potent. So the Kali Yuga process of realization as given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as being propagated by our Acharya Prabhupada, it is just to make people chant Hare Krishna, participate in Sankirtana. That will give them the highest benefit. There is no other way other than this chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. All this process of sacrificing, then coming to the level of knowledge, it's all a long-term process. You can fall off from any stage at any point of time. Again, you have to begin from one more, wherever you have stopped. So it may take many lifetimes. Whereas Hare Krishna chanting, Prabhupada assures, next life at least your human body is assured, even though if you don't complete or perfect. That is the guarantee. So why you have to wait for next life, Prabhupada says? Why don't you perfect this life? If you can sincerely chant Hare Krishna, whole purpose of reading Bhagavad Gita, whole purpose of Bhagavatam or all the different arrangements, Prabhupada says, if you can simply, sincerely chant Hare Krishna mantra every day, fixed number of rounds. Prabhupada says 16 rounds minimum. That will perfect your life. Just see. So like this, Krishna is summarizing that Bhagavad Gita is directly recommending the straightforward or the easy process of devotional service. Even though different processes are described here, for our understanding, the direct process of devotion is recommended. The devotion also can be performed in 3 ways, Krishna has mentioned. Pure devotional service, or regulated devotional service, sadhana bhakti, or offering the results of your work to Krishna. Whatever way. Slowly it will elevate you, step by step. Right? So, do this. This much you do, Krishna says. It is what Krishna is recommending. Is recommending direct method and surrender to him. Right? Anything you do. It's like Krishna says, Yat karoshi, yad ashnashi, yad juhoshi, dadasiyat. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer, whatever you do tapasya, do it as an offering to me, Krishna says. This should be done that way with the mood of complete surrender to Krishna. Okay, fine. So this is the explanation of. So the first section was dealing about a question which Arjuna asked. What is perfect? What is best? Bhakti Yoga or Jnana Yoga. Krishna said Bhakti Yoga, worship of Krishna in his personal form, is the best. And Krishna explained the difference why Bhakti Yoga is best. Impersonal path is having many, many troubles. And in the next section, verse number 8 to 12, Krishna explained the different levels of performance of bhakti, and from the lowest level to the highest level, and the different various aspects of this various levels of performance of different types of services. Krishna compares also what is better than this, what is better, direct process and the indirect process. Now, in the last section of this chapter, verse number 13 up to 20, Krishna explains the various qualities, transcendental qualities of a devotee. Krishna very clearly says in every verse of this chapter, towards the end now, 13 to 20, that these qualities will make the devotee very dear to Krishna. Many times devotees will have this question, practitioners will have a question, how to become dear to Krishna, how to please Krishna. Right? So if you have these qualities, or if you cultivate these various wonderful aspects in our behavior, in our mind, intelligence, in your actions, Krishna is very pleased. Krishna is saying that such a devotee is very dear to me. You see this in every verse what we are going to read now. So verse 13 is all describing about the transcendental qualifications of pure devotees. So this is our goal. While practicing bhakti, what is that I am supposed to achieve? Ultimately, you are supposed to achieve Krishna. While achieving Krishna, you have to see these are all various parameters which will make us at least judge that, okay, I am moving forward in the right direction. They are like milestones while progressing the path of bhakti, which will ensure you, which will give you proper assurance that yes, I am moving in the right direction. Because right now, our consciousness is not in this platform. It is all at different levels. We'll see that as we move forward in our discussions. So verse number 13 and 14 together, Krishna says, Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitraha karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankaraha sama dukkha sukha kshami santushtaha satatam yogi yatatma drida nishchayaha mayarpita manobuddhir yomad bhaktaha same priyaha. So here Krishna is giving a list of 9 qualities. Very important. You have to understand everything with more details so that you appreciate what Krishna is talking here. Like this, from this chapter onwards, we'll see next chapter also, 14th chapter also, 16th, 18th, all these chapters will give us a list of qualities desirable in a devotee, in a practitioner. Right? It's like when a company or organization is recruiting people, candidates for different positions, they look for some qualifications. Today morning, I was speaking to one gentleman. He was talking about how these chartered accountants. I was asking him, how do this big 4, that is, the big, multinational big firms like E&Y or some KPMG, they're all big firms. How do they get CAs, chartered accountants for them? He told me, one who passed their chartered accountancy exams in 1 or maximum 2 attempts, they are more likely to get placement in that companies. Otherwise, getting through chartered accountancy, if you're aware of this, is not easy. I heard the percentage pass is hardly 1 or 2% every time. Out of many people who take up chartered accountancy exams. Not easy. Exams are quite tough. So, like this, the qualifications, Krishna is telling, these are the qualifications I expect from a devotee. So we should aim for how to cultivate them, how to culture them. We should look inward and test myself, whether I'm having this quality or why I'm having some other hours quality, different quality. That's what it is. So the 9 qualities, let us understand. The first one, Krishna says, one who is not envious Adveshta. Right? So enviousness. Enviousness means that I don't tolerate other person's progress or other person's comforts. I am jealous of other person. Right? Not being envious means envious. You are not envious. This whole world is because of our envy towards other living entities. If each of us are envious. Krishna says in the 7th chapter, our existence in the material world has begun only because of our envy to Krishna. Right? There's a nice statement in the 7th chapter which Krishna says that, take out that verse, wherein Krishna very nicely explains that our existence has begun in the material world because of our envy towards him. Ichha dveja samuthena dvandva mohena bharata sarva bhutani sammoham sarge yanti parantapa. So we have begun our dvesha. See, Krishna uses the word dvesha. Dvesha means envy. We desired or wanted to imitate like Krishna, and we envied Krishna's position. So our envy has begun from Krishna onwards. Means to Krishna we started envying everybody. Envy means para sukha asahanam. I am not happy with other person's pleasure, happiness, his comfort. I am envying. I am not even understanding that everybody has got his due from by Lord's arrangement. But I am simply unnecessarily judging everything in my mind. Why it is so for him, why not for me? If you don't deserve, why Krishna will give you? Right? So this is what Krishna is, they are trying to question Krishna's way of managing the things. That is called envy. So Prabhupada says, this enviousness is actually disturbing one's mind so much. So much he will be disturbed. It's like, I think Einstein said, if you expect a fish to climb a tree, that's like the modern day children, the parents expect children to do extraordinary things. It is impossible. A fish is very comfortable in the water, right, in a pond. It can maximum swim. But you expect, it should climb a tree and it should reach on top of the tree. That's what, people have so many expectations, not understanding the ground reality. This creates a lot of competitive spirit, and this is going to drain out energies and disturbance in all circumstances. Right? So, a devotee is not envious of anyone. This is one of the important qualifications of a devotee. Right? You should not be envious of anyone. What I should be envious of? Rather, I should appreciate. The positive aspect of this is how in Vaikuntha, spiritual world, devotees, when they see other devotees are doing better service to Krishna, they appreciate and they see how I can also take inspiration from that person. In the material world, when somebody else is moving forward ahead of you, you will see how I can pull his leg down. My competitor should not be more than me, right? It's like Jio will announce tomorrow onwards, all the tariff rates for the per month charges will be reduced by 10%. Airtel announces 12%. Means like this, everybody wants to compete. There's competition, comparison, and then you have to finish other person. I want to be big. This is called envy. Whereas spiritual world is not like that. And the devotees should not be disturbed. Oh, somebody is better than me. Why? Okay. It's Lord's mercy on him. Very nice, very good. Appreciate. That is the first quality. Then, Sarva Bhutana Maitraha Karuna Evacha. He is a kind friend to all living entities. Right? So, he is not having any enemy. That's what it means. Opposite of my mitra is Shatru. So a devotee doesn't have any enemy. He is a kind friend to everyone. Or somebody is acting as enemy, a devotee thinks it is because of his own past misdeeds. Right? So he will only take the reactions of that one person who is acting as enemy to silently suffer for that, and he will not protest. Just like our Jesus Christ, he did not protest for him being crucified, right? Or Prahlad Maharaj did not protest for him being tortured by his father. Haridas Thakur did not protest for him being punished in 22 marketplaces with a whip. Like there are many examples. So Prabhupada says this should be the guiding principle for a devotee. Tattenu kambam susamikshama. Whenever there is a distress in a devotee's life, he takes it as Lord's mercy. Right? He thinks that I should have suffered more. But because I'm trying to follow Lord's instructions, pure devotee's instructions, my suffering is minimized. He takes in that way. He takes even the distress as a blessing of Krishna, so that I can advance more in Krishna's service. Right? So like this, Prabhupada says, a devotee is always calm, quiet, patient. Very important. The calmness, quietness, patience, in any situation, especially during distressful condition, this is a qualification which Krishna likes. Such a devotee is dear to Krishna. The first quality is non-envious. Second quality is a kind friend to all living entities, which means he is not disturbed by any disturbing situations, always calm, quiet, and patient internally. He's not agitated. People get agitated, lose their calm, lose their peace. They can't sleep. They can't do their works, properly, efficiently, because there's so much agitation. Yes, see. So we can ourselves, if you can list all these qualities as we move forward, there are more than around 25, 26 qualities as we move forward. You can just put a rating against each quality. Where do I stand? 1 to 10. Then you'll understand how much improvement you have to do. And you should work in this direction, not in something else. How to improve here? This is called self-improvement. This is how you should move forward in your spiritual process. So devotee is working internally. How I can be non-envious. How I can be friend to everybody. All these qualities we can see in Prabhupada's behavior, in his actions. If Prabhupada was envious, why have to go to America? Americans, Trump is putting so much of, tariffs now. What is the use going there? They are, they don't even bother about Indians. They are all deporting Indians. I'll not go there. Prabhupada never thought like that. Prabhupada went. All are Krishna's, children. Everybody is Krishna's, sons. They are supposed to get all the benefits of Krishna's creation. As a friend of everybody, Prabhupada went all over the world. He did not bother where, he did not discriminate. And always he was maintaining his composure, calm, quiet, patient. So like this, Prabhupada has given us PPT formula. Remember this. Very important. Somebody shared with me recently. You have heard of PPT, right? What is PPT? PowerPoint presentation. Right? Sometimes we call that PPT. This PPT in our spiritual terms means patience, perseverance, and tolerance. Patience, perseverance, and tolerance. Prabhupada exhibited these qualities to the highest extent. He was very persevere in taking forward his guru's orders. He tolerated all the difficulties in his life just to execute the orders of his guru. And patiently doing it. Very patience, a lot of patience. Right? So, next, Prabhupada says, Krishna says, third quality is Nirmamaha. Mama means mine. Nirmama means not mine. So, when you say it is mine, me, aham, mama, Krishna has been telling from the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. Nirmama, 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 not mine, not mine, not mine. So this we have to practice. I am not this body. This is not mine. Right? It is not this, when you start attaching your attachment to, rather you're attached to so many things around you. Attached to the body. Oh, this is my property. This is my, work. This is not, so many things like this. Me and mine. So Prabhupada says, Nirmama means that a devotee does not attach much importance to the peace and trouble pertaining to the body because he knows perfectly well that he is not the material body. Right? He very well knows I am the spirit soul. And what is all these things? All incidental Krishna has given me for his service. It's not mine. Nirahankara, fourth quality. What does it mean? He is free from the false ego identification that I am the body. And whatever happens to the body, he's not very concerned, like how Prabhupada, at his very elderly age, he was not concerned. What will happen to me? Oh, no. Heart attack, he suffered heart attacks, 3 heart attacks. He was always not very keeping in healthy condition. Even then, he was traveling extensively. Because he knew he was above the bodily concept of life. Nirmama, Nirahankaraha. Nirmama, one more thing is Prabhupada traveled extensively all over the world. Never he got attached to any asset or any property. And even the gifts Prabhupada used to get, he used to just accept it. And after that, he used to give it to somebody else. Just like when we get some gift, we keep it very safely and we treasure it. Prabhupada used to get costly watches because his Western disciples used to gift him. But he never, was attached to them. Very detached. Because he knew, after all, it's all Krishna's. Very costly shawls devotees used to give him. He used to just wear for some time and give it off. Not attached at all. And then the fifth quality, Sama Dukkha Sukha. Right? He is equipoised in happiness and distress. Krishna has been telling this from the beginning of Bhagavad. Same things are repeated here. Right? He is having a balance of not become too elated when there is happiness, not becoming too depressed when there is distress. Equipoised. Because happiness and distress are like two sides of the same coin. For us, when there is sense gratification, happiness. Absence of sense gratification is distress. So Krishna says, you tolerate. Sama dukkha sukha kshami. Kshami, kshama means you forgive. Forget and forgive. Forgiveness is a very important quality. Because you go hold on to some grudge, anger. It will harm you more than other person whom you have treated very badly. You are the person who is suffering. Give up that grudge and forgive. Because you also expect to be forgiven. Lord is so forgiving that He is forgiving you every moment. You are not chanting His names the way Prabhupada wants. You are not reading Bhagavad Gita nicely. Krishna is forgiving. Don't worry. Don't worry. I am forgiving you. But even then, no, we don't want to forgive anybody who is not to my expectation. That is very wrong. Right? So, the forgiveness is a quality which you have to develop. Sixth quality. Then, Santushta Satatam Yogi. He is satisfied with whatever comes by the grace of Krishna. Today, I did not get proper prasadam, only khichdi, very happy. Oh, today I got nice, chapan bhog, prasadam, very nice, happy. So whatever comes, I'm happy. Right? Not that, I am very distressed. Oh, this is not there, that is not there, because of which, I spoil my time. Bothering. Okay, this has happened. We'll see what to do. But don't become too agitated. Be satisfied with whatever happens or whatever comes by Krishna's grace. Then, yatatma drananishchayaha. So Krishna says that this devotee does not endeavor to achieve something with great difficulty for his personal enjoyment. He does everything for Krishna. Right? So because of which he is very happy and is completely perfect mystic because he is fixed in the instructions received from the spiritual master. Right? Whatever Prabhupada has told us, that the sadhaka is trying to follow that very nicely, strictly. Very important. Yatatma Dhrida Nishchaya means he is determined to follow the instructions of Prabhupada, because of which he has controlled his senses. The control of senses has brought about the quality of determination in him. When the senses are not controlled, determination will not be there. It will all be, scattered. Senses are demanding. Every time you have trained senses to indulge in sense gratification, determination will not come. That's what Krishna says. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekya kurunandana. One whose intelligence is fixed on me, determination is strong. One who is multi-branched, determination is everywhere. His intelligence is scattered. No determination, Krishna says. So, a devotee, a sadhaka, his determination is very fixed because he's trying to follow Prabhupada's instructions strictly. His senses are all controlled. See, so many factors are there. Being non-envious, friendly to all living entities, free from false ego, free from sense of proprietorship, right? Then being equipoised in happiness, distress, being very forgiving, then always happy in any situation, always endeavoring for Krishna's service, determined in doing Krishna's service. Then Mayarpita Manobuddhir, ninth quality. He is engaging his mind intelligence always in Krishna's service. Right? Mind intelligence is not going here and there. Always trying to see how to do Krishna's service. These are all wonderful qualities which you should meditate upon and try to see how to come to this level. Do something. Whatever Prabhupada has told us, you have to follow and then come to this stage. Yena kena prakarena. Somehow. Right? By taking help of devotees or trying to read Prabhupada's instructions, follow instructions. Somehow you should come to this stage of perfection. Right? So, these qualifications, Krishna says, undoubtedly are not easy to be seen, very rare to be seen. But a devotee, by strictly following Prabhupada's instructions, all the regulations which Prabhupada has given, will gradually come to this stage. Not overnight will get these qualities. A devotee sadhaka is trying to follow Prabhupada's instructions and come to this stage. Okay. So Krishna says, such a devotee is very dear to me. Very dear. Not only dear, very dear. It's like we address, it is very, very, like your close relative or your son or daughter, grandson, my dear. But Krishna says, very dear. Bhaktosi me priyaha. So he becomes very dear. That devotee becomes very dear to Krishna. By having these qualities, you become very dear to Krishna. Next, verse number 15. Yasman no dujate loko, lokan no dujate chayaha, harsha marsha bhayodvegair, mukto yas sachame priyaha. Here again, two more qualities are mentioned. Very interesting, very wonderful qualities. Krishna says, he for whom no one is put into difficulty and who is not disturbed by anxiety. First quality, the 10th quality you can say. So Prabhupada says, because of me, others should not be put into difficulty. It may be difficulty, anxiety, fearfulness, or dissatisfaction. Which means my action should be in such a way that I am so sensitive with regard to other person's situation of he getting anxious, he becoming dissatisfied with me, he becoming fearful of me, or he feeling difficult because of me. The devotee is very, very careful. Means unnecessarily he will not be a problem for other person. That's what it means. And rather, somebody gives problem to him, he will not be disturbed. Both ways. He will not create problem to others, but somebody gives problem to him. That's how material world is. Problem creating world. He will not be disturbed. Right? So, a devotee, Prabhupada says, is so kind that he will never put anybody in anxiety. Always he maintains this wonderful quality. Hmm? And if others is putting him in difficulty, he will not get disturbed. Right? So Prabhupada says, it is by the grace of Krishna that the devotee is so practiced that is not disturbed by any outward disturbance. He is practiced in such a way. Because he is always absorbed in chanting, hearing about Krishna, engaging in some of the service of Krishna. So all these external circumstances don't disturb him, do not affect him. Krishna said in 6th chapter, Gurunapi na vichalyate, yasmin siddho na dukkhena. This stage of Krishna consciousness is so wonderful that when you come to this perfectional stage, even the greatest difficulty will not agitate you or disturb you. Right? Generally, in the outside world, what happens? A materialistic person becomes very happy when there is sense gratification. That's what Krishna says here. Next quality. Harsha Marsha Bhayodvegar Muktaha. Harsha Amarsha means happiness, distress. Bhaya Udvega is fear, anxiety. Like this outside person, ordinary person is always is filled with all his anxieties constantly. As Prabhupada says, sense gratification availability is there, very happy. And I am not having sense gratification, others are gratifying the senses nicely, very unhappy, right? Very envious, right? And when there is, this enemy will attack me now, this enemy will cause trouble to me, is very, bhaya, anxiety, right? So in that way, like this, he's in constant state of emotional upheaval. So Krishna says, a devotee, one who is free from all such emotional ups and downs, is dear to Krishna, and he is not at all, a person who can create problem to anybody. He's always he's very peaceful within, and he will not be disturbed by any disturbance from outside. Very wonderful, right? So very nice. One Vaishnava bhajan is there. I will tell Rahul to share it in the group. But anyway, I will tell some aspects of it. Very interesting. It is a song from Bhakti Vinod Thakur. It's in Bengali. Very nice. It says, Amara Jivana Sada Pape Rata Nahi ko Punyera Lesha. It's a sort of a self-assessment song. Who am I? Who I am? Because always I think I'm a big man, I'm an intelligent man, I'm a very smart person, I'm so qualified, I have worked in such a big company, I'm so intelligent. Like this, I always have a lot of notions in my mind about me. Right? But actually, who am I? There's some very nice analysis done. Wonderful analysis done by Bhakti Vinod Thakur about who am I. So he says, Amara Jivana, my life is what? Sada Pape Rata. Is always, I am committing sins. Sin means not following Krishna's orders as what Krishna wants. Krishna wants 24 hours to think of him. If you're not thinking of him 24 hours, you are a sin. You are a sinner. Krishna says only eat prasadam. You're eating bhoga. You are a sinner. Krishna says like so many things. So you are not following Krishna means you are a sinner. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, my life means I am an impious sinner. Sada pape rata nahi ko punyera lesha. Even little trace of punya is not there in my life. No piety is there in my life. Even small trace of piety is not there. Parera udvega. Diyechi ekoto, diyechi jivera klesha. Like what you're discussing now. Parera udvega, creating, causing others great anxiety. Trump is sitting in America causing anxiety to everybody in the world. Right? Terrorist sitting in one place causing anxiety to everybody in the world. It's like, somebody in a society or a colony, he'll make a terror, causing anxiety, fear in everybody. Right? Like this. Parera udvega diyechi ekoto, diyechi jivera klesha. Always creating anxiety and trouble. Prabhupada says, devotee means he will not put others into difficulty, anxiety, fearfulness, or dissatisfaction. Right? Then, nija sukha lagi, pape nahi dori, daya hina swartha paro. So such a person, my life is such that for my own enjoyment, I don't hesitate to perform any sin. Nija sukha lagi. For my own selfish enjoyment, I don't even bother whether what I am doing is sin or not sin. I am without any mercy. Daya hina swartha paro. Para sukhe dukhi means others are happy means I am unhappy. Sada mithya bashi. Always telling lies. Right? I am a perpetual liar. And para dukkha sukha karo. Others are in distress, very happy. Acha. Yes, always scolded me. Now he fallen from his stairs. He broken his legs. Very happy. Right? Acha. He was always terror. He got admitted to hospital. Instead of being compassionate, very happy. Right? Like this, we have what a person I have become. See from Krishna's perspective. Para sukha dukhi, para dukkha sukhi. Whereas devotee means para dukkha dukhi. Very important to understand this difference. Materialist means seeing others' happiness, he is distressed. Seeing others' distress, he is happy. Devotee, spiritualist means seeing others' distress means he is unhappy. Like Prahlad Maharaj, Prabhupada. Others are happy, spiritually very happy. Ashesha kamana hridi maji mora akarya udyogi ami pratishta lagiya shatya acharana loba hata sada kami. Right? So, very lazy for what? For spiritual activity. You chant Hare Krishna 16 rounds, Prabhuji, no time. Read Bhagavad Gita every day. I have so busy from morning till evening I have to watch 10 movies in Netflix. Or I'm gossiping. Every day I have a lot of friend circles. Facebook, WhatsApp only, I don't have time. Where is time for Bhagavad Gita? I have to sleep also afternoon 2 hours. Apart, it's called Nidralasya. Laziness and sleep. Right? And Sukharya Virata. Anything good you tell, do this devotional activity, I'm not interested. Akarya Udyogi Ami. Very active, enthusiastic to perform wicked acts. Very, very, like cunning acts you want to do, very active. Mind works swiftly. Then Pratishta Lagya Shatya Acharana. For worldly fame and reputation, I engage in the practice of deceitfulness. Right? Then Lobha Hata Sada Kami. Always I am, lost myself in my greed, Lobha. Then always lustful, always desiring, many, many things. Like this, this song goes on. Very, very wonderful song. It's sort of a keeping a mirror in front of you and making you completely naked. Who you are. You will feel yourself very disgusted. Array, all of this is me only. What I am. Krishna is telling in positive way. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has told in a direct way. Krishna is indirectly telling, okay, you develop this quality, you become dear to me. Krishna is not telling, you rascal, you fool, you are like this. He didn't say. Very kind. Krishna is very kind, very compassionate. Acharyas means, Guru means heavy. Sadhu means cutting our ignorance and illusion. So Acharya's work is to cut our illusion and ignorance. Okay. So these verses in Bhagavad Gita, like this sections, will give a wonderful opportunity for self-reflection. And giving a self-assessment opportunity. Where do we stand? Because always I think I am very good. I am the best. There is nobody in the world like me. Right? That's what I always think. But no, need to understand this attitude of I am the best is the worst thinking you are having. Chaitanya Charitamrita author says, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, Purishera Kita Aite Munise Lagishta. I am lower than the worm in the stool. I am worse than that. He genuinely feels I am so downtrodden that the worms in the stool is there. Worse than that. We can't even think about this like this. We think, oh, very big man. Little dishonor, somebody, does for you. Hey, he did like that, he said like that, he don't. Just understand what's consciousness, what is our consciousness right now. So a lot of, treatment is required. A lot of, say, we have to care for this consciousness which is very much disturbed, agitated, and contaminated. Cleaning is required, right? So this is how we'll see further in the next session. Take up the balance, 5 verses wherein Krishna tells some more wonderful qualities. So today we have understood our 11 qualities. Try to understand them nicely, internalize them, reflect upon them. So devotee means he's trying to always self-reflection. Not that simply as a matter of reading, I'm reading, but I will not apply that. No. You, Shravanam, first you hear, then you meditate on it, Mananam. You start, seeing, oh, this is what I have heard from Bhagavad Gita. You start contemplating on it. What does it mean? What does Krishna mean by this? Is the quality which Krishna expecting? What is the quality I'm having? Right? Intellectually analyzing. It's called contemplation. Then Dhyanam. Shravanam, Mananam, Dhyanam. Dhyanam means you start emotionally and feeling that, oh, this quality is something it should not be with me. I should develop this quality. Aspire for it. Right? Aspiration. I want to become satisfied with anything, what comes in my life. I want to be always forgiving always. Right? Forgiving for anything wrong happens to me, I will forgive. Anybody throws anything, forgive. This quality, developing one quality, but emotional feeling should be there in you. Then, Anushilanam, try to follow this practically in life. So this should be our way of working constantly. Okay, fine. I'll close here. Anybody has to ask, discuss, comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Lord Krishna's suggestion that we take up to devotional service rather than impersonal devotion, impersonal service was more relevant at the time the Bhagavad Gita was preached by the Lord, or we are more degraded today, right? So the impersonal aspect, does it weigh more today than it was 5,000 years ago, Prabhuji?
It is not so. Impersonalism was always there. See, living entities have different types of inclinations. In fact, the 4 Kumaras called Brahma, 4 sons of Brahma called Kumaras, they were impersonalists in the beginning. Even Shukadeva Goswami was impersonalist in the beginning. See, there are 2 types of impersonalists. Impersonalists, which Krishna is talking about here, mainly is about those who consider the absolute truth as formless. There's one more type of impersonalists who have come about in the last 1,000 years in India. from Shankaracharya. They are called Mayavadis. They say that finally you are God. I, you, everybody is God. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says they are more dangerous than atheists. Buddhists are called atheists. At least they openly deny Vedas and don't accept God or soul, anything. Whereas these Mayavadis, they accept Vedas and deny that and say, preach and tell people that, no, you're only God, finally. Even more dangerous. So like this, there are many, say you can say, shades of impersonalism prevailing in the society. In fact, Krishna does mention about impersonalism in the very second chapter. If you go to verse number 26 of second chapter, Krishna gives the understanding of, Prabhupada explains the purport that there were impersonalists by the name Lokayatikas and Vaibhashikas 5,000 years ago. Okay, so this 26th verse purport, if you see, Krishna explains that. So they are almost like Buddhism and impersonalism only. So in different designations, this impersonalism, voidism was always there. Okay, so the whole purpose of Bhagavad Gita, as Prabhupada says in the beginning of this chapter, is to establish the supremacy of Bhakti Yoga. As you have to reach Vrindavan from Delhi. The easiest and the quickest and the most efficient route is, one route is there, you follow that, right? But you can also reach Vrindavan from Delhi in so many other ways, right? You want to roll over and come all over from Delhi to Vrindavan, good, you can come, but very troublesome.
So, Prabhuji, why do they take that circuitous route? Is it because of the gunas, the three modes?
Why do they take? Because devotees living in this desire. Living in this desire. It want to see, generally living in it is want to experiment. Let me try. Let me see. Doesn't have that good sense, intelligence. Just like there's always this question is there. Like today I was hearing one lecture of Prabhupada. One devotee asked, Prabhupada, Krishna says, once you go to Krishna Loka, you'll not come back again. Then why are we here? Very valid question. Right. Now, if you go back again, you will not fall down. Prabhupada says, actually, if you go back, there is no, no guarantee again you will not fall down. But devotees don't want to fall down. They have developed this level of intelligence, understood that falling back is of no use.
Yeah.
But there's opportunity of falling down because you've got independence. Free will. So to your question of why they are following that, free will, different living in the very fact that there are 84 lakh species, why?
Misuse of the free will.
Karanam guna sangosya sadasa janma yuni. Next chapter we'll read that. We'll understand that. Because different living entities have different desires to experience, to enjoy this material world. The Lord is very merciful. He's facilitating everything. Everything is sanctioning. Okay, tadastu. There's a famous story of, one rat coming to a stage and telling, this cat is chasing me. So what do you want? Make me a cat. Tathastu, become a cat. Okay, after some time, what happened? Dog is chasing me. What do you want? I want to become a dog. Okay, tathastu. From rat to cat, cat to dog. After some time, oh, this fox is chasing me. Okay, become fox. After some time, some days, what happened? Tiger is chasing me. Okay, become a tiger. Tathastu. When it became a tiger, he had staring at the, sage only. Then this sage thought, Arey, you are a small rat. I made you cat and dog and fox and tiger. I'll again make you a rat.
That.
Punar mushiko bhava. He again cursed the rat. So, thing is, living entity, as per the desire, he can get, especially human form of life, can get anybody. But when it wants to question or challenge the authority of Krishna and want to go against Krishna's established orders, then Krishna will say, Punar Mushiko Baba. Again, you become a rat. Okay, you don't deserve to be a human being. So, like this, the whole purpose of understanding Bhagavad Gita is to come to this level of realization. There is no point in simply experimenting, discovering, researching, and going on, life after life in different things. Settle down with bhakti
Yes.
and become happy. That is Krishna's assurance. Otherwise, let me see. It's like, every day I am seeing newspaper ads, this different tour companies are offering, come, let us travel to Europe, 10 days, come, America travel, Australia travel, China travel, blah, blah, blah. People will have made a big list of destination, travels. Okay, this year we'll go to America, next year we'll go to Australia. Like this, I think before I die, I have to travel all over the world. And if by that time, Elon Musk will announce, I have opened, Mars planet is ready for exploring. Let us go to Mars also. The moon planet is ready. Trump will say, then we'll have to go to moon also. Like this, people want to explore. This exploration idea is too much. So this exploration attitude is so much that we are going on Brahmanda
Straight.
Brahmana.
Yeah.
Brahmanda Brahmana is going on. So Krishna says, explore the spiritual world, go to spiritual world. Don't settle down here. That's what Krishna said in 8th chapter, no? 8th and 9th chapter, Krishna said, even you go to any planet here, you have to come back to Earth again after your punya is over. Better go to Krishna Loka, where I will not come back again, because you'll get that good sense. So your simple answer to your question is, why impersonalists, or other people are inclined to this? Because they want it. Krishna has provided it. So sooner you come to this good sense, I don't want it, I only want you. So Krishna says, at the end, what does he conclude? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Only and only path is me. Come to me. Take my shelter. This understanding to come is not easy. It will take lot of efforts, lot of mercy required from Prabhupada and Acharyas. So that understanding is not easy. Right? So coming to that level of understanding is what we are all preparing ourselves by chanting Hare Krishna, reading Bhagavad Gita. Right? Otherwise, how many people? That's why Krishna says, Manushyanam Savaseshu says, so many millions of people, how many are taking up Krishna consciousness? Not that easy. Prabhupada says, Krishna consciousness is not for mass. It is for class. Use this word, class. And also he says, there are millions of stars in the sky. There's one shining moon. Generally, so many so-called spiritualists, so many Swamis, even Vrindavan, they all want to become popular by collecting mass and speaking whatever philosophy required. Whatever pleases you, I'll speak. Prabhupada never compromised. Prabhupada always spoken the truth, what Krishna says. Because this very aspect of anything little deviation here and there, different desires will come, they're lost. One more life, life after life. Little inattention, means one more life. You have to enjoy like this, chalo. Like Prabhupada says, even a trace of desire you have for enjoyment, Krishna provides next life. So it should be 100% pure. Anya abhilashita shunyam. No other desire other than serving Krishna. That should be our goal. Then only Krishna's service will happen nicely. Otherwise, entanglement. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Very well.
Krishna Prabhu and Arjuna Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Tell me.
Prabhu, regarding the qualities, Prabhu, like when we discuss on these qualities, we understand that how much impurities we have in ourselves and where we stand.
Right.
But apart from this, I have a doubt that There is another statement where if we engage in devotional service, then automatically all the good qualities of demigods a devotee will possess. So, do we need to put an endeavor in developing these qualities, or we just focus on devotional service and automatically these qualities will come in devotees? Where we should draw that margin, Prabhu?
Yeah. Part of devotional service is to read Bhagavad Gita. Right? You accept? Agree?
Yes, Prabhu.
Part of devotional service is to read Bhagavad Gita, to internalize the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. Correct?
Hmm.
And also, know that these qualities are something which is desirable.
Okay.
Right? It is very much part of devotional service, no? So
Yes.
for us, what does devotional service means? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, which means while you are performing any devotional service, just like one quality Krishna says, with regard to being Maitra Karuna Evacha. Okay, this quality in my practice of devotion doesn't mean you are there and Krishna is there. No, we are there, Krishna is there, so many other devotees. Am I, or have I developed sufficient aspect of this friendly behavior, or not considering my other God brothers, God sisters as my enemies? Have I developed that quality? So these reading of these qualities, or rather understanding these qualities, is again going to reinforce the proper state of consciousness in us with regard to what, making that correction in our consciousness and trying to move towards the right path. This is also part of devotional service.
Okay.
Right? You agree?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Because otherwise, you don't know what is that you're supposed to, what is the milestones you have to move forward when you're going forward in devotional service. What are the various things which you have to look within? What are the various aspects you have to achieve? Or rather, various aspects of experience you have to feel when you're moving forward. Just like the aspect of forgiveness. Say one more God brother or God sister did a mistake for whatever reason with you. But if you're not forgiving, you're feeling the grudge and other things. Then, because you don't even know that, this forgiveness should be practiced. So basically, these qualities are all there in us as pure spirit soul. But right now, they are covered, they are contaminated. When Prabhupada says, or scriptures say, that when you simply practice devotional service, all these qualities will automatically manifest. For the practice of devotional service, we need to take up this process. This the Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Vishnu Smaranam. All this is, while practicing them, what is that attitude you are supposed to have?
Okay.
It's a combination. Right? Of course, when you become a pure devotee, you need not separately, your actions itself are so pure that all these things, all these separately need not be worried whether you need not be very cautious and careful. Why Prabhupada says, Krishna is on your tongue. Be very careful, very cautious. I'm doing devotional service, no. But what should be your consciousness? What should be your attitude? And how we should see Krishna in sound form, how we should respect him. This is all training happening in our, to our different levels of ourselves. At a mental level, at an intellectual level, at the egoistic level, at the consciousness level, we have to train. Because at different levels we have contaminations, mountains of contaminations, heaps of contaminations, a lot of garbage sitting in our consciousness. Anarthas are occupying our consciousness, or rather it is fully colored now. Right? You have to these qualities will only remind us and make us again come back to our, or rather will energize us, will enthuse us. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. As Prabhupada says, chant Hare Krishna and hear the same sound exactly. Right? It is instruction. It is an instruction of what? Rida Nishchayaha. The quality, 7th, 8th quality which Krishna said. while doing Krishna's service, chanting service, we are supposed to be determined not to have any other thought other than Krishna's service. This is not a practice. Right now, we don't have that determination. Mind goes here and there. So to come to that level of devotional service, to remind ourselves what is that I am supposed to be doing, these qualities will give us a guiding principle to achieve that devotional service. And finally, when you are pure devotee, when we are completely purified, all these qualities automatically are manifested in our behavior, in our actions, in our dealings with others. Right now, it is like it has to be just like it is. We have to somehow practice them consciously in our every aspect of our service.
Hmm.
The balance,
True.
a very fine balance we have to do. When Shastras say when you perform devotional service, automatically it will come. Which devotional service it's talking about? Pure devotional service. But we are trying to do pure devotional service. Meanwhile, there are so many baggages we are carrying. So many anarthas are all carrying. It's all pulling me every now and then. Maya's allurements, I'm falling prey to them. So how to get up? You have to get up again and move forward. Gradually, you can see, year after year, as you're doing sadhana, these very qualities, maybe enviousness, I was 99% envious earlier. At least I've become 80% envious now. Means the quality of enviousness is a little refined. At least I can realize this quality of envious. First of all, understanding that this is a quality, this is a avaguna or a anartha, that also doesn't come in mind. Forgiveness is a good quality. This aspect doesn't even strike when you are not chanting Hare Krishna, when you're not devotee. At least this makes a sense. Forgiveness is important. Right? You're supposed to be friendly to every living entity. Earlier, small living entities like ants or mosquitoes, simply you kill them also, you don't even feel anything. At least now you feel, they're also living entities. We should not kill them. Sensitivity with regard to your own life, in your own life, with every aspect of your life. That's what it means. Hope I have explained to whatever extent I can.
Yes, true. Yes.
Thank you.
It's very more clear understanding has come. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll close here. Thank you, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.